Hey, Oldies 101.5 fans, we have exciting news. Our website is back up and running, complete with live streaming. Simply log on to oldies1015fm.com and click Listen Live. Plus, you can carry us anywhere you go with the Radio Loyalty app for your iPhone, Android, or BlackBerry device. Just search for Radio Loyalty in the App Store and download it to your phone. Oldies 101.5 FM, live, local, and wired with the world. Log on today at oldies1015fm.com.
Well, good morning, everybody. 9:46. We're about 14 away from the Woody Show. Coming up at 10 this morning. And joining me in the studio live this morning, of course, Woody is here. As always, he never misses work. I've got you on. Your microphone's not working. Why don't you get one that works?
Okay, we'll just let that thing. Oh, hey, okay, my bad. It used to work.
Yeah, 35 years ago. Where'd you get that thing?
More like 50. Anyway.
Looks like something the pickers found in South Georgia.
Good morning. Good to see you, man.
Dale Short's with us today this morning, the host of Music from Home, of course, columnist with the Daily Mountain Eagle, renowned and very well-known author, and, of course, does some stuff for, National Public Radio.
Yeah.
Dale, you're a busy guy, man.
Well, I try, but I'm getting old. But I just appreciate you having me on.
We thought we'd bring you in. We had a snafu over the weekend. You had a special program planned for New Year's with a lot of great music, and for whatever reason, Barry didn't get the email, and we had to run in one of your older programs. But I think we're going to do it again. We're going to do it this Sunday.
It's a pretty good show. It's not dated at all, even though it was for New Year's. The theme was music about Alabama by people from Alabama, and it's got some great stuff on it.
Oh, good. Yeah, we look forward to that, and sorry about the snafu, but of course, gosh, when you're dealing with me, you know me well enough to know I'm a part-time space cadet, so, sometimes I get it right, and sometimes, well, I'm off in left field someplace. So.
I'm just proud to be here, like Minnie Pearl used to say.
Everybody have a great New Year's weekend?
Yeah, it was good for me. It was kind of even kill. What about you, Dale and Johnny?
We went to bed early and woke up, and it was New Year.
Oh, yeah, that works every time. I used to watch the ball drop there in New York, and poor Dick Clark, gosh, he's gotten so old and had the stroke, but they said he did a pretty good job. I didn't watch it Saturday night.
Johnny, I watched him. He's plumb sad. He really is. He was a trooper about it, but he had a bad stroke, and it was kind of like John Forty back when he had his, and
right.
It was hard to decipher what he was saying, but he was a trooper about it. Got through it,
Yeah. Well, what about the moon pie drop in Mobile?
I didn't get to see that. I just heard the PR.
There was a giant fog in the city at about 11:30, and hopefully that cleared away. It was so thick they couldn't see the moon the thing up there, and hopefully that cleared out enough for them to see it when it came down. I'm serious.
Walker County needs to do something, man. Maybe we could have a cow patty or a possum drop or
A donkey drop.
a donkey drop. Well, it being Walker County, we could have a meth lab drop. I'm just kidding, folks. There are none of those around here, as we all know. But anyway, no, I had a lot of fun too. And like Dale, I'm getting old. Back in the day, I'd be all over town, This one, from one watering hole to the next. Of course, I don't do that anymore, but we shot fireworks and had my grandson, and Terry had a granddaughter, and her daughter and son-in-law and some other friends, and we built a roaring campfire and shot fireworks over the lake and hung out until just after midnight, and really enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun.
Good deal.
A lot of fun doing that. Dale, what have you got planned this year for Music from Home? You've had some super-duper programs. Gosh, the Chuck Lavelle thing and the local artists you've had this year.
Well, thank you. As we all know, there is, and it's not just being a booster, there is more musical talent per square foot in Alabama than anywhere in the world. And the folks that we're able to have on just knock me out. We've got a list for next year that's going to 3 pages here, people who have agreed to be on, and we're excited about that. We got Trimble Hill, band from Dora, who is really neat, coming up in a couple of weeks. They were telling this internet, well, gosh, now that you're on a streaming, great thing for musicians. They were telling me that they got an email from a girl in Saudi Arabia that liked their new CD.
Oh, great.
So we're everywhere. There's no stopping us.
It's very scary. Can you imagine some chick in Saudi Arabia listening to me?
Or listening to metal, for that matter.
Yeah, listening to music from home. Girls over in Eastern Europe, I kind of like your looks, too. But if you're rich, you can come over and I'll marry you. And if you want to come over and marry me because I'm rich, you're going to be blank out of luck, as they say around here, the old expression. Those Eastern European girls, they come over here and marry some guy, and then the Russian mafia wipes them out. They collect the insurance. They got a scam going on.
It's just good old American business.
All they're going to get out of you is a green card, eh? Okay.
All they get out of me is a hard time most of the time. So, but anyway, we just wanted to have Dale on today to talk about his program, chit-chat a little bit about 2012. I was watching one of those crazy shows on cable last night. Of course, all the conspiracy theorists and the folks who think the world is going to end in December 2012. Heck, it might. It ends every day for somebody, as if I'm not mistaken. But you've got a lot of wacko people around here, man. They're digging holes and building shelters, and they think the world's going to end in 2012 according to the Mayan calendar. I don't know. Maybe they're right, but I don't worry about things like that.
I'm just hoping the Mayans got tired and didn't have time to do a new calendar.
Or maybe they were just smarter than we give them credit for, and they said, "Hey, let's trick the gringos here in 500 years. Let's make them sweat a little bit." But anyway, yeah, I saw that last night. We got all kind of bowl games today too. Dale, you a football fan?
We love football. We're just so sad when it ends.
Yeah, me too. Gosh, and it takes me a while to shift gears and get into basketball. I enjoy basketball too, but gosh, we've got all the major bowls today, or many of the major bowls today. Not all of them. What all have we got today? I know we've got Oklahoma State and Stanford. I'm kind of interested in that, but I really want to see Arkansas and Kansas State for some reason. That just hits me. I don't know. Well, I had the schedule somewhere. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Of course, I'm totally confused, ill-prepared, and the whole 9 yards.
I'm looking forward to the Nebraska, South Carolina. I don't know, that may not be today, but whenever it is.
It is today.
Okay.
It is today. Carolina is 10-2, Nebraska 9-3. Yep, I want to see the SEC teams. Georgia and Michigan State will be interesting as well. Both those are 10-3 in the Outback Bowl today. Florida and Ohio State play today, so we've got several SEC teams. Tonight, Stanford and Oklahoma State. We've got Oregon and Wisconsin today. Penn State and Houston. I think Houston's overrated. I think State will probably beat them. They're not that great, but even though with all the stuff that's happened at Penn State, I always thought it was a classy program, and I love their uniforms.
Well, Houston hasn't seen a defense like Penn State. They're always solid on defense, and we'll see if that offense, which is high-powered, high-tech, can move it against the Lions. SEC, let's see, Vandy dropped the ball, got beat by a touchdown. Mississippi State won, didn't they?
Yeah, State won. Vandy broke my heart, man. Yeah. I like their new coach, and golly, Cincinnati was 10-3, and had Vandy played a better ball game, they could have easily have won. They made a couple of mistakes and got themselves beat there, but Auburn. Of course, congratulations to the Tigers and the Auburn fans as well, as the Tigers beat Virginia over the weekend in the Chicken Filet Bowl, 43-24. Offensive MVP Ontario McCaleb, I guess. So what's it? Dyer? He's in the doghouse. He wasn't even in the media guide, in the highlight film, anything. Rumor is he's going with Malzahn to Arkansas State.
To Jonesboro. Yeah, that's the rumor, and all the evidence you just mentioned, that could be the case.
And I was kind of happy for the Auburn quarterback, Barrett Trotter. He got the start early in the season.
Yeah.
He got benched in the Florida game and hung
good
in there.
Point.
And they ran out of quarterbacks and said, "Oh, we've got to put Barrett in." Well, they put him in, and he played great. So kudos to him.
Yeah, and he I don't know how much he is in their plans, and there's some speculation he may not come back for his senior year.
Well, we'll see. Yes, Auburn's going to have an offensive and defensive coordinator, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've lost both of them. And for Malzahn to take that job and a $500,000 pay cut, I mean...
So the best line I've heard this week, somebody said, if you're not playing an SEC defense, you're playing basketball on grass.
Yeah, that's true. I was talking to a friend of mine over the weekend, and of course he likes to make wagers from time to time, but we were talking about that, what was it, Washington and Baylor game? I mean, that was so bad, it was pathetic. I mean, I like the Baylor quarterback, but zero defense, zero. Man, I like to see defense. That's part of football. It's not just a track meet. I don't like those kind of games at all. I like those like 24-17 games where they slug it out. That's the kind of football I like. All righty, Pooh. I thought of something else I was going to ask you guys about. However, it drifted out of my foggy memory bank.
Let's talk a little more about music from home. Dale, you mentioned a couple of guys coming up. Run down the schedule if you like, man.
Okay. We've got Peterkin Jasper's on, who was on your show a few months back. He's a national reputation now. Wonderful fellow named Chapman James, who classical guitarist here from Alabama, went to Alabama School of Fine Arts. Blaine Johnson plays for a beautiful gospel quartet. He's on the road most of the time, but he is a keyboard player extraordinaire. Timothy Pond. We've got an interview coming up with Ann Smith, who is Wally Fowler's widow, for people that like Southern gospel. She was a songwriter and a power behind Wally.
Wow, yeah.
So much good stuff. The good thing to me is it seems like every year, like clockwork, of all the bands in Alabama, there's one that breaks out and gets national, international attention. And a couple of years ago, it was the Civil Wars, that duo from Florence. Last year, it was Jason Isbell and his group, which is well-deserved. My prediction for this year is there's a group called the Alabama Shakes out of Lineville, and some critics said if Motown had a garage band, it would sound like the Alabama Shakes.
Oh, man, yeah.
So I've got an email into their agent, but they're touring internationally now, so I don't know if we'll get the Shakes in time. But we've got so much good stuff coming up. It's scary.
I was listening to a band, well, I've been listening to them for quite some time. I don't even know if they're still together or not, or exactly where they're from, but Dale, you're probably familiar with them. Southern Culture on the Skids. When I saw that name, I said, man, I got to hear this band.
Great name. They're terrific in a live show, too.
It had a song called Fried Chicken and Gasoline. I said, man, that's a Dixie barbecue for sure.
One of the songs we got, speaking of Alabama, coming up this week's show is a group from Fife. It's called the Fife Alabama UFO Blues.
That's another good name.
I've got to hear them for sure. That's going to be good. Of course, that's a play on in Fife, the town where they allegedly had the UFO sighting.
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
Fife? Okay, that's funny.
The little midget wrapped in aluminum foil, I think's how they described it.
Yeah.
There in the day.
It turned out these fellows' sighting is helped along by the fact that they were camping out by his granddaddy's whiskey still.
My goodness.
It's a heck of a song.
My goodness. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. Of course, they don't make moonshine around here anymore, but somehow or another, a friend of mine sent over some clear liquid. I don't know what it was. But gee whiz, I drank some of it, and smoke started coming out my ears, and I was breathing fire and running around the house. Whatever it was kind of nice. But anyway, thank you for that. We appreciate that. All right, we're out of time, guys. Anything else?
But again, the show this Sunday night at 6 o'clock.
It's called Alabama Bound. It's a special theme show, and they can go find more information about music from home at www.caroldaleshort.com. Got all the past episodes archived there for their pleasure.
Okay, Dale, very good. We enjoyed the show. It's been a great success. I know you have a great following on the show. It's on every Sunday at 6 o'clock, and got a good one coming up Sunday. So thanks for coming in to join us.
I appreciate all your help. Appreciate the good word.
You're welcome, sir.
And I'm glad the spots on the tests were just anomalies in the article today.
Okay.
I
haven't read it yet.
Fingers crossed.
I'll have to read that when I get off. I'll see you guys. Have a nice day.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Jasper's new home for the greatest hits of all time. WJLX AM 1240. Jasper. W268 BM FM Jasper. Oldies 1015.